Hi, everybody, and welcome into Whitten Field here on a Saturday. Happy to have you along as we've got softball for you today on the Cougar Sports Network. The COC Cougars hosting the El Camino Warriors in the first of 3 games today, but 2 for us here on the broadcast front. We'll have this one for you here at 10 o'clock and then back again around 2 o'clock for College of the Canyons against Cypress, as it's yet another home weekend for the Cougars. 4-2 so far this season at home. 4-3-1 overall. One of their 3 losses in neutral site. The one tie was actually their one road game this year, their one technical road game this year. But as we said, 4-3-1 for John Wismath's team at a .563 winning percentage right now, trying to keep their nice little winning streak alive. They've won 4 straight, won a couple last weekend, won a couple the weekend before, trying to make it 5 in a row. It's going to be a tough test, though, against an El Camino team that's 9-5 this year, 2-0 at home, 5-5 on the road. They've struggled a little bit on the road, .500 this year, but they've already played 7 conference games, and the conference is a very tough one. El Camino right now in 4th in the conference, 3.5 games back. As the lineup for Jessica Raposa's squad, Kayla Nzunza is going to lead things off. Lisa Peral, the 2-hitter, playing in center field. Leah Madden batting 3rd, playing right. Alyssa Luan batting 4th in left field. Then Jamela Lewis, the designated player, followed by Sarah Reels. Liz Cortez, the 2nd baseman, in the 7th spot. Jocelyn Hernandez, the 1st baseman, in the 8th spot. And then Skylar Sanchez, the 3rd baseman, finishing out the lineup, as they will face Allison Melgar getting the start for the Cougars today. Melgar this season 4-1, has been the best pitcher on the Cougars staff so far this year. 31 1/3 innings pitched for Melgar this season. She's given up 28 hits, 11 runs, 8 of those runs earned. Has walked 10 and struck out 4 as we are underway. First pitch over for a called strike, as we bring you some softball here on a Saturday from the Santa Clarita Valley, as Nzunza leads things off. 491 on the year, 27 for 55 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. It's been very good out of the leadoff spot as she chops this one towards first. Melgar going to pick it up, lost the ball, and they're going to call Nzunza safe. Melgar trying to lay the tag on Nzunza, just couldn't hold on to the baseball, or the softball, we should say. Get the sports right here. So Nzunza on. And John Wismath going to come out to talk to the umpire here. So contact between Nzunza and Melgar. So we'll scored a hit for Nzunza, and it'll bring Lisa Peral here. 377 on the year, 20 for 53, as she checks her swing and fouls it away on the first pitch. Peral this year, 1 home run, 13 runs batted in. This one on the ground towards short, picked up by Ramirez to second for one, on to first, not in time for the double play, but one away here as the Cougars get the lead runner. Ramirez kind of got it stuck in her glove a little bit, but I don't think they would have gotten Peral, who runs pretty well. So one down for Leah Madden here. Madden this year, 298, 14 hits on the season, 14 runs batted in on the season out of the left-handed batter's box as she waits for the first pitch from Melger. Runner in motion, Moats throw down to second base, not in time. So a stolen base for Peral. And it puts a runner in scoring position here for El Camino in the first. Pre-game, we heard Coach Wiz talk about El Camino's ability to run, steal bases on the year. They have 46 stolen bases, which is second most in the state of California right now. You think about that, pretty impressive. Not afraid to run, not afraid to put pressure on the defense as that pitch misses away from Melger, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. They've got 26 in conference play this year, which is the best in the conference, does El Camino, but again, just 3 and 4 on the season, or 4 and 3, I should say, on the season in their conference play. There's a steal and a throw that gets out into left field, and scoring all the way from second base is Peral. So add 2 more stolen bases to the list, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Warriors here. A 3-1 count here to Madden. And actually, excuse me, that was ball 4, so. One away, Madden on first. Alyssa Luan will come in here for 36 on the season. She takes the first pitch. And again, El Camino showing they may want to run. This time Madden goes way off the bag. Moats tries to throw behind her and throws it out into right field as it got past the first baseman Trujillo. And a runner down to second base here for El Camino. So they continue to put pressure on the Canyons defense here early on. El Camino in that South Coast Conference, which is got some tough competition in it when you talk about Mount San Antonio College, Long Beach, Cerritos. All very good as this one hit off to the left and foul. So 2 ball, 1 strike count. Cougars, of course, in the Western States South Conference have not started their conference play this year. Or the Western States East, we should say. It's the WSC South in every other sport but softball, so that one fouled away, count 2-2. It's already 1-0 El Camino here. They get a run in the first after Peral grounded into a fielder's choice, stole a couple of bases, and ended up scoring on an errant throw. So that one misses inside. Madden at second base after a walk and an errant throw. This one chopped back over the head of Melgar. She jumps up, makes a nice play, and is able to cut down Madden at third for the second out of the inning. That was a really nice play from Melgar. Ball high over her head, able to leap up, catch it, and in one motion make the throw over to third base to get Madden. So Luan on with a fielder's choice. And Jamela Lewis going to come in here. Lewis this year, 440 on the year, runner in motion, throw down to second, gets out into center field again as Ramirez trying to come across to get to it, and she's shaken up a bit as she got slidden into by Luan there. Gonna give Ramirez a chance to try and walk it off a bit. Lewis this year, 440, 11 for 25 with a home run and 8 runs batted in. Trying to add on here for El Camino in the first, as they have a 1-0 lead. And they've done so with just one hit, and it's the first batter of the ball game, and it wasn't a ball that was necessarily hit hard. It was just kind of a strange play. It's a 1-1 count here to Lewis. Fouls this one right into the dugout. And with all the traffic here in the first, if Melgar can get out of the first without giving up more than a run, call that a win right now for Canyons. As every El Camino batter so far has been on base, excluding Lewis, who's at the plate. You talk about Nzunza gets a hit on a collision, really, on a chopper down the first base line. Peral with a fielder's choice ends up stealing a couple bags and scoring. Madden walks, steals a base, and then gets cut down at third on a beautiful defensive play by Melgar to put Luan at first, who then steals a bag. So already El Camino just running all over the bases. Canyons will need to find a solution to that as the day goes on here, as we wait on the 2-2 pitch to Lewis, fouled away, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Melgar ready, will come to the plate. The 2-2 pitch chopped to short. Ramirez dropped it. A run is gonna try and score. Luan stopping halfway between third and home. Thought she was gonna get thrown out, so thought about going back, and I think kind of caught the Cougars off guard. She's able to come around and score. There's Lewis on with an error. The Cougar infield going to come talk, as we're just in the first, and it's 2-0 El Camino here. Nice Saturday morning, a little chilly here on a Saturday in Santa Clarita. First pitch today was around about 10 a.m. Temp at first pitch, 61 degrees. It's nice and sunny, but it's not going to get warm. Not at least for another week. Next week it should start to warm up here a bit. High today is going to be about 68, so a little cool. And a breeze out of the west today. Kind of swirling around as this pitch from Reels chopped back to Melgar. She'll throw Reels out at first base. And that will end the inning, but El Camino gets a couple. Half an innings in the book. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. El Camino 2, College of the Canyons coming up.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
So 2 runs for El Camino in the first. They stake themselves to a 2-0 lead. As the Cougars coming up in their half of the first inning. Lisa Motes will lead things off, followed by Ashlyn Heck, then Julia Fuentes, Allison Melgar, the pitcher in the 4 spot, Alyssa Silva batting in the 5 spot today, then Brianne Tall, Sophia Trujillo batting 7th, the first baseman, then Caitlin Soto, the right fielder in the 8 spot, followed by Valerie Ramirez, the shortstop, hitting 9th, as they will face Clarissa Lockett today. Lockett 3-2 on the year, a .404 earned run average and 34 2/3 innings pitched. Almost 2-to-1 strikeouts to walk this season, 33 strikeouts, 20 walks. She's given up 20 runs, or 28 runs, but only 20 of them have been earned. She's given up just a bit more than a hit an inning in her work this year. She'll try and hold things down with the 2-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of the first, Lisa Motes will lead things off. Motes this year, 542, 13 for 24. Has a home run and 3 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot for the Cougars this year. Motes stands really wide in the batter's box. Kind of has a crouch, holds her hands right about her right ear. She waits for the first pitch from Lockett, misses down, and we are underway here in the home half of the first inning. It's 2-0 in favor of El Camino. Got a couple of runs on some errors from the Cougars. As Lockett back to work. Pitch on the outer half up near the letters for a strike, and we're 1-1. This one chopped back towards Lockett. Picks it up and quickly throws Motes out at first. 1 down. So 1 away, Ashlyn Heck coming up. Heck 391 this year, 9 for 25 with a home run and 7 runs batted in. For Lockett this year, this is her 8th start of the season. She's already made 7. And she's appeared in every game for El Camino except for 3. So did not pitch against LA Harbor, did not pitch against Palomar, did not pitch against Long Beach. But she's got at least an inning in the rest of their games this season. Her best outing, her last one against East Los Angeles, went the full 7. In a 10-2 win, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Struck out 3, walked 2, but starting to pick things up as the year has gone on. She's behind in the count here, 2-0 to Heck. Heck swings through that pitch. Good little movement to the inner half of the plate that time. She gets Heck to swing once again. So we wait on the 2-2 pitch to Heck. Misses away. Just missed on the outer half. So the count full. Heck trying to get the Cougars a base runner here. This one hit back up the middle softly. Cortez not going to have a play, so Heck on with a hit. This was right back over the head of Lockett. So 1-out single for Ashlyn Heck, and Julia Fuentes will come up. Fuentes 280 on the season. 7 for 25 with 7 runs batted in. Fuentes has been a little streaky this year. Went 0 for her first 7, then had a 4-game hitting streak. Went 3 for 4 against Cerritos in game 1, 2 for 4 in game 2. A couple of hits against Barstow in those 2 wins, but went 0 for 3 in total against Santa Barbara. As Heck in motion, throw actually cut off by Lockett, as Reels was trying to throw down to second base. And almost hit Lockett, so Lockett just kind of caught it to make sure it didn't catch her. There's nothing in 2 here to Fuentes. Lockett misses up with the 1-2 pitch, or the 0-2 pitch, I should say. 1 away, Heck on second base now with the stolen base. This one hit foul. And so it'll stay 1-2. For the Cougars this year, that's their 24th stolen base. They've stolen a lot of bases this year. All things considered for the state of California, 15th most in the state coming into today's game. Fuentes trying to bring home a run. Hits this one in the air on the infield, off to the right and foul ground. Hernandez drifting over will make the catch. So 2 away. And here comes Allison Melgar, the pitcher.
22, Allison Melgar.
458 on the year with 11 hits. Trying to help herself out here in the first with a runner in scoring position. Takes a strike on the outer half up near the letters. And Lockett working ahead as she's done for most of the game today here in this first inning. Melgar opened the season on a 6-game hitting streak as she hits that one in the air on the right side of the infield. The first baseman Hernandez camped under it, and that will end the first inning. So a couple of pop-outs to first as the Cougars strand a 1-out single from Ashlyn Heck, and we go to the second inning, 2-0 El Camino.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Top half of the second. Cortez, Hernandez, and Sanchez due up to face Melgar here with a 2-0 El Camino lead. Defensively for Canyons today is the first pitch swinging for Cortez. A one-hopper to third and one away. It's a nice play from Memory Munoz, the F3 today. She's not in the lineup. So we were saying defensively, Trujillo at first, Silva at second, Ramirez the shortstop, Munoz at third, Fuentes, Heck, and Soto from left to right in the outfield, with Moats behind the plate working as the battery. With Allison Melgar in the circle. Here's Jocelyn Hernandez, 333 on the year, 5 for 15. That pitch misses away, and she's ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Good pitch from Melgar that time, right in underneath the hands of Hernandez. With a fastball to get herself back in the count at 2-1. Outfield pretty much straight away, shallow and left and towards the lines on both the corners of the outfield. Infield in normal depth as that pitch misses. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. This one chopped towards third on one big candy hop right into the glove of Munoz. 2 away. So a pair of ground downs to open up here in the second. And Skylar Sanchez stepping in. Sanchez 279 on the year with a couple of home runs. 12 runs batted in. This one hit on the ground towards short. Ramirez charging, makes a solid throw. Quick inning for Melgar as she gets 3 ground balls for 3 outs. At the end of 1.5, still 2-0 in favor of El Camino. Silva, Tal, and Trujillo due up for the Cougars here in the second. Canyons. 2-0 ECC. Both their runs coming in the first off some errant play by the Cougar defense. Silva this year batting .333, first pitch swinging, hits it in the air towards center field. Peral drifting out there will make the catch. 1 away. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Lockett here in the second inning. As Brees Hall will step in, 280 on the year, 7 for 25. She's one of the everyday starters for College of the Canyons this year. She fouls this one away in the DP spot today, though. Tall in a little bit of a rough patch right now. Just one hit in her last 8 at bats. One hit coming against Santa Barbara in a 10-0 win for Canyons. Did have an RBI on that hit as well, so contributing, just not at the clip that maybe she'd like. Early in the year had a 3-game hitting streak to start, went 3 for 4 in a 9-5 loss against Fullerton. Had hits in back-to-back games against Mesa and Cerritos, but it's kind of been up and down since, as it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count here. It was kind of the story for Canyons over the first, we'll say, 4 games of the year. Putting up plenty, had lots of hits. Plenty of runs, couldn't keep runs off the board. Tall fouls that one in the glove of the catcher, Reels. And the count 2-2 defensively for El Camino. Hernandez at first, Cortez at second. Inzunza, the shortstop, Sanchez at third. Luan, Peral, and Madden from left to right in the outfield. Reels behind the dish. Working as the catcher is Tall, hits that one out to right field for a base hit. So a 1-out single here in the second for Canyons, as Tall has the second Cougar hit of the ball game. And Sofia Trujillo, who's just 1 for 8 on the year, getting the start here today, stepping in. Trujillo, her 5th start of the year. First pitch on the inner half for a strike. Good pitch from Lockett that time, right underneath the hands. We saw the same style pitch from Melgar in the last inning. Kind of just freezes the hitter. So the batter's box not excessively large in softball. So you're kind of right on top of the plate as that one fouled away. So 0-2 to Trujillo. Runner in motion, Trujillo swinging, lines that one foul up the right field line. Maybe a half a foot foul. So that would have been dangerous with Tall in motion. She would have easily been at third. So we stay at an 0-2 count. Now Tall in motion, and again, Lockett just snaps the throw out of the air from Reels. So it's 1-2 here. Starting to blow a little bit as this one grounded towards third. Tall holds up for a split second. She'll move ahead. It's a ground ball from Trujillo for the second out of the inning here, as Sanchez able to make the play. Here's Caitlin Soto. 5 for 11 this year. Has 2 runs batted in, trying to bring one in right now for Canyons and get them on the board. They trail 2-0 as we're in the second. This ball popped up straight back. And a nice play by Reels. Got the mask off, had to kind of come back to get it, but she makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars leave a runner in scoring position at third after a 1-out single from Tall. And we head to the third inning with a 2-0 lead for El Camino.
I love emergency medicine. You're there at these people's worst time of their life, and you're there to make it a little bit better.
The EMT program at COC is a 1-semester program. Over the course of it, the EMT students will learn the textbook knowledge they need, practical hands-on skills that they're going to need working out on an ambulance or in a hospital or whatever setting they decide to work.
People are constantly hiring. There's always a need for first responders. When I graduated from this program, I got a job within a month.
Top of the order here for El Camino in the third. Nzuza, Peral, and Madden due up. Nzuza has the only hit of the ball game for El Camino so far. And it was kind of a weird play. It was a chopper up the first base line that Melgar tried to get to and had the ball actually knocked out of her glove as her and Nzuza kind of came together at the same time. Pitch from Melgar that time came with a little extra behind it. Nzunza this year, as we said, a home run, 10 runs batted in, 27, now 28 hits on the year. You scored that first one a hit. Hitting just a touch under 500. Chokes up with a 2-strike count and just fights that one off to the right. That time Nzunza again just fights one off. And you can see the change in the style at the plate for her with 2 strikes. Chokes up a little bit on the bat, gets a little bit more control of it, kind of runs it down in her hands, all the way at the top of the grip. And she gets a little tighter to the plate to be able to reach out and fight stuff off as that pitch misses away. And it's a 2-2 count. And she swings and lines that one to center field, but Heck patrolling out there will make the catch. So Melgar gets Nzunza, and here's Peral with one away. Peral stole a couple of bases, scored a run in the first after reaching on a fielder's choice. Canyons was kind of throwing the ball around in the first inning, and that's the difference so far. As first pitch swinging, grounded towards short. Ramirez picks it up in one motion, makes the throw, 2 away. Good play by Ramirez at shortstop that time. It wasn't a ball that was hit necessarily hard. Had a little bit of sideways spin on it. The third baseman, Munoz, moved that way to try and make the play, but Ramirez not deterred, backhanded it, picked it up, and fired. And here comes Leah Madden, who walked and was cut down at third on a great play by Melger back in the first. This one grounded towards short. Ramirez knocks it down, picks it up, makes the throw, and able to retire Madden. Wasn't smooth, but it worked. So a 1-2-3 inning for Canyons here in the third. We head to the home half, still 2-0.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
So it'll be Valerie Ramirez, then the top of the order due up for Canyons here in the second inning. Ramirez this year, 250 on the season, 4 for 16. Ramirez in her 8th start of the year for Canyons. That pitch on the outer half, lifted off into right field, and drifting over to make the catch in foul ground was Madden. So one down. Here's Lisa Moats. Grounded back to the pitcher. Lockett in the first. Lockett has worked around a couple of one-out singles through 2. Moats has started all 9 games so far this year for Canyons and has started all 9 behind the plate. As that has been her spot. Moats out of Westlake. Went to Oaks Christian High School. Decided to come out here to Canyons. She waves at that pitch. Is behind the count, 1-1. Or excuse me, it's a 1-on-1 count, I should say. I was going to say 1 and 2, but then read the count and mixed myself up. For Canyons this year, it's all freshmen on the roster. So, trying to build towards next year, potentially. Although you can certainly make some noise this year. But you figure everybody back next year could make them an even more dangerous team in the state of California. Two and two here to Moats. She looked right now in the WSC East. Mission at 9 and 3, AVC at 11 and 5, Bakersfield at 7 and 4. As Moats hits this one in the air into left field. Luan coming over will make the catch. So 2 away here in the third. And Ashlyn Heck, who singled with 1 out in the first, stepping in. Canyons 4-3-1, so nobody really lighting the world on fire in the Western States Conference. Canyons only 8 games played this year, too. Everybody else is up over 10, so. As Heck again swings, lines this one to right, and she's robbed of a base hit by Madden on a diving play, moving to her left. And that will end the third inning. Nice play from Madden out left. We head to the fourth, still 2-0, El Camino.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Here at IQ, which stands for Institute for Culinary Education at College of the Canyons, we offer 3 certificates, a baking and pastry certificate, a culinary arts certificate, and a wine studies certificate, as well as an associate's degree in the culinary arts. We are an accelerated program, so you can finish between a year and a year and a half. We create a culinary community here at College of the Canyons.
Luan Lewis and Reels for El Camino in the fourth. Melgar's been very solid today. Gave up those 2 in the first, but both were unearned. Has only given up 1 hit in the ball game. She's retired 7 in a row. That one fouled back, and she's ahead in the count, 0-2. Changed the level. Here against Luan, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. You look at Melgar's season so far. Went 5 innings against San Diego Mesa, gave up 8 hits, but just 4 runs in the ball game. Went 7 against Cerritos and lost in a 6-5 ball game, gave up 6 runs over those 7 innings on 8 hits. But has since been pretty solid. Went 5 against Barstow, gave up just a hit. Then went 2 1/3 in the second game against Barstow, gave up a couple of hits. Went the full 7 in a win against Santa Barbara, 6-1. Gave up 4 hits and a run. As that one lined out into left field, or to right field, excuse me, and Soto drifting over makes the catch, 1 down. Had a little trouble against Santa Barbara in 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, but didn't allow a run. So struck out 5 over her last 4 games. She's had 5 or more strikeouts in 3 of those 4 games. 5 against Barstow, 6 against Santa Barbara, and then 5 in game number 2 against Santa Barbara. She won both the games on February 22nd, 6-0 and 10-1. That one driven foul out to left field, and it's just a long strike. As Lewis got a hold of that one, just couldn't keep it in fair territory. So nothing but a loud strike, and it's 0-2. Melger again misses away, trying to change the level once again, change the eye line. Gets Lewis to kind of just wave at one on the outer half and poke it up towards the second baseman. Silva able to make the easy play, 2 down. And that's that pitch beforehand from Melger there, kind of sets up that ground ball, changes the level after getting way ahead, and then comes just a bit back towards the zone, gets the hitter to chase. That one misses up on the first pitch. To Reels, who grounded back to the pitcher to end the first inning. Reels were right about 300 this year, 15 for 50. Way ahead here against Melgers. It's 3-0. Melger this year, 2-1 strikeouts to walks on the season. Just a little bit over that, maybe 2.1 to 1. That one over for a strike. 24 strikeouts, just 11 walks this year in her 31 innings. Coming into today, or 10 strikeouts, or 10 walks, we should say. You say coming into today, has 1 more today. And she's back to a full count on a good pitch on the outer half that gets real top. So a full count, 2 away. 4th inning, 2-0 El Camino. And she walks Reels. Second walk of the day issued by Melger. Ends a streak of 9 straight retired. Gonna bring Liz Cortez in here. Cortez grounded to third last time up. Pitch misses up. Moat's moving almost before the pitch comes in anticipation of Reels trying to take second base. As so far when El Camino's gotten runners on, they've shown no hesitation to run. Moat's working carefully here to Cortez, behind the count 2-0. That one just misses inside. So Moats again way behind here. Second batter in a row after getting the first 2, Luan and Lewis, in pretty easy order. Walked Reels on 6 pitches. Gets a strike over on the outside against Cortez. On a pitch that looked off the plate from here, but if you're Melger, you'll take it. It makes it 3-1. Same exact pitch, runner in motion, doesn't matter as it's a walk. So everybody moving up. Back-to-back walks issued by Melger. So now Allie needs to settle herself in here. Jocelyn Hernandez up, grounded to third base last time. With 2 away and 2 on in the fourth, and a 2-0 ball game. Pitch misses just inside. And it goes that quickly sometimes. Have it one batter, loses the next 2. This one fouled away. That was a much stronger pitch that time. A little bit of motion over the inner half of the plate. And that time on the outer half for a strike. And it's 1-2. Same exact pitch, and that time it misses. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that time, strike 3 on the outer half. So first strikeout of the day for Melgar. Walks a couple, strikes out 1. We head to the home half of the fourth, still 2-0.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Bottom half of the fourth we go. Some defensive changes for El Camino here. Try and get him for you as we try and figure them all out. So this one grounded back up the middle. It goes off the bag, but Fuentes is going to be on with a base hit. So a leadoff hit for Fuentes. Canyons with the leadoff runner aboard for the first time today. It's Melgar who popped up to the pitcher at the plate. Fuentes in motion has a stolen base. So Melgar swung through the first pitch. But that helps protect Fuentes. So now runner in scoring position, nobody out here as Canyon's trying to get to Lockett for the first time today. Melgar grounds this one foul. So 0-2 to Melgar here. That pitch going to get away from the catcher, Reels. And so Fuentes moves ahead. A little delay. Reels was trying to shake something off on the left hand. So run out there for Melgar, nobody out. She chops that one towards third. Fuentes out at third, and Melgar out at first. As Fuentes just a half step off, and that was enough for Sarah Leba to make the tag, as Leba was the defensive change. So it's an unconventional double play, but a double play nonetheless. And 2 down for Allison Silva. So Leba, fresh into the game, makes a nice play defensively. Fuentes was maybe 3 steps off the bag, and the chopper right at the third baseman. And it was all one motion from Leba to make the tag. I think if Fuentes dives back to third, she's probably safe. And in turn, Melgar's probably safe at first, as it would have caused Leba to have to reach down to try and make the tag, and might have thrown her off kilter enough to allow Melgar to get down safely. Instead, it's a double play. This ball chopped towards short. Inzunza picks it up and throws out Silva, and that'll end the inning. So Canyons had runners, a runner in scoring position, couldn't push anybody across. We head to the 5th. Still 2-0 in favor of El Camino.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Sanchez, Inzunza, and Peral due up. Facing Melgar here in the 5th. That one hit up the middle, and that's a base hit out into center field. Just the second hit of the ball game for the Warriors. It's a leadoff single here in the 5th for Skylar Sanchez, and Inzunza stepping in. Melgar had retired 9 in a row before walking 2 in the 4th. Didn't give up any runs, though. She's only had 4 base runners against before that hit by Sanchez. As Inzunza grounds this one towards short. Ramirez to second. Not going to be able to get it as it gets away from Silva. And that was a tight play anyway. So Inzunza on with the fielder's choice. Sanchez moves up to second on the error. And here's El Camino going to work with nobody out, 2 on. Something cooking for the Warriors as this one fouled away. As Peral, who's 0 for 2, steps in. Tried to bunt on the first pitch. See if they try and do the same. Runs at a premium in this one so far. Nope, Peral swinging right at the third baseman. Munoz steps on third for 1, throws it to first for the second out, and 2 quick outs on a really good pitch from Melgar that time. On the inner half to get Peral to chop it to third. So it's a double play, just like in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Here in the top half, Canyons gets a ground ball double play. And here's Leah Madden, who walked and grounded to short. That ball bunted foul. Another good pitch from Melgar that time, fouled away. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 5th, 2-0 El Camino. They had something working with 2 on, nobody out, but a ground ball double play. Leaves just Inzunza at second base right now, with Madden trying to bring her home. So it's 2-2. That one missed well outside. Looked like it just slipped out of Melgar's hand that time. Madden fouls that one off towards the parking lot. Tree saving some cars a little bit from some damage. This one fouled away once again. So still a 3-2 count, 2 away in the 5th. First of 2 games here on the Cougar Sports Network today. Canyons will be back in action against Cypress at right around 2 o'clock in the afternoon is the scheduled start time, as a walk issued as Melgar just misses on the inside part of the plate. So 4th walk issued by Melgar as Madden on with 2 away. And Alyssa Luan, who's 0 for 2 but has scored one of the 2 runs, standing at the plate. Melgar again misses on the outside. El Camino, since running all over the place in the first, has not really tried to take many more bags. Haven't really had the opportunity to. I'm surprised they haven't put anybody in motion here with 2 outs, trying to put 2 more runners in scoring position. As Inzunza runs well, as does Madden at first. Keep an eye, see if they try and go with something double steal, although you don't want to take the bat out of your 3 hitters' hands. Madden fouls that one away. So it's a 2-2 count. So Melgar trying to get the Cougars back in to hit here. That one hit right at the first baseman, Trujillo, able to knock it down, pick it back up, and step on first. So El Camino strands a couple here in the 5th inning. We head to the home half. Still 2-0. So we finally solved the defensive substitutions from last inning for El Camino. Leyba at 3rd. Sanchez moves over to 1st. As I believe Hernandez done for the day is Lockett into the 5th. She'll face Tall, Trujillo, and Soto, the scheduled hitters. Lockett has given up hits in 3 of the 4 innings she's pitched so far, but has worked around them and done nicely. So that one hit foul up the 3rd baseline. Gave up a 1-out hit to Heck in the 1st, gave up a 1-out hit to Tall in the 2nd, and gave up a leadoff single to Fuentes in the 4th, but got a double play and a ground ball to end the inning. So it's worked very comfortably. Canyons has had a few instances of runners in scoring position and hasn't been able to push anybody across as Tall fouls that pitch away. Tall fights that one off. This one hit in the air towards right field. Madden camped under it will make the catch. One away. Sophia Trujillo, grounded to third last time up, will step in. Canyon's trying to get something going. Not been able to string together hits when they've had the opportunity to score runs, which have been few and far between, really. Two and one here to Trujillo. And she's way ahead here against Lockett, who has not issued a walk so far today. So full count with one away here in the fifth. Cougs need base runners. Trujillo fights that one away, so we'll stay at 3-2. That one grounded towards third, and Leyba can't pick it up. Kicks off the heel of her glove. So Trujillo battles and wins it with the help of an error. So runner on first, and Caitlin Soto stepping in. Soto bunting. Lockett picks it up and throws her out. Lockett the only one going to be able to make that play there. Puts a runner in scoring position. Soto gives herself up. So two down, and Ramirez stepping in, trying to bring the Cougars' first runner home as we're in the fifth. Ramirez grounds this one towards third. Leba picking it up, able to tag out the runner at third in Trujillo. And so again, the Cougars make an out at third base in an inopportune time. Leba had some trouble with that one, but able to pick it up. And that's the third out of the inning, so we head to the sixth, still 2-0.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Top half of the sixth. 2-0 El Camino. Smelger works into the sixth. She'll face Lewis, Reels, and Cortez. Lewis 0 for 2, reached on an error, was left at first base in the first inning. Grounded to second on a good pitch from Melgar last time up. Melgar's pitch misses away. It's 1-1. Low event game so far. The pitchers have both been very good, Melgar and Lockett. So this one fouled into the cage. Behind us, so it's 1-2. Melgar tries with the changeup that time and misses on the outside. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count in the sixth. To the leadoff hitter, Lewis. Lewis just fights that one off. Time Melgar went with a changeup that was a little more down in the zone. Lewis did a really good job just to get a piece of it. That pitch had some late sink on it. And then she climbs the ladder and gets her to strike out on a really good pitch from Melgar once again. Second strikeout of the day for her. So one down. Melgar's certainly doing her job today. She comes with a strike to Reels, who's walked and grounded back to the pitcher. As we said, Melgar has given up just 2 hits in the ball game, has walked 4, and those first 2 runs both unearned in the game, as she gave up a single to Nzunza to lead off the ball game, then got Peral to ground into a fielder's choice, walked Madden, got Luan to ground into a fielder's choice, but both Luan and Peral came around to score off just errant throws by Canyons. So they kind of fired the ball all around the infield. A couple of balls that got thrown out into left and right field. As Reels works a walk, so 2 outs and a runner aboard here. 1 out and a runner aboard here as Reels on. And Cortez steps in. 5th walk issued by Melgar. Melgar trying to go back to work here with 1 out. Is that one over for a strike? Good pitch from Melgar that time. This is a 1-1 count here to Cortez, who's walked and grounded to third. Runner not in motion. This one chopped towards short. Ramirez tries to go to second, and she's able to get Reels on the slide by maybe a half a step. So 2 away. That was a little tight for Ramirez that time. Good stretch from Silva. So Cortez now on with a fielder's choice. 2 down and a runner on first. And Leba, who took over couple of innings ago out at third base, hitting here for El Camino. Leba hits this one foul, and it's 0-2. So Leba behind the count, no balls, 2 strikes. That pitch misses away. Leba this year, 071, just 1 hit and 14 at-bats. He's driven home a couple of runs. Melgar misses away, and it's 2-2. Trying to get Leba here. Canyons back into hit, trailing by 2. This one popped up, and it'll get out of play off to the left. Two pitch misses just inside. Little sinker from Melgar that time. So the runner in motion on the 3-2 pitch with 2 away here in the 6th inning and a 2-0 El Camino lead. That one hit right back up the middle for a base hit. Diving to try and make the play was Ramirez, but could not, as a solid single with 2 away for Leba. And Skylar Sanchez will come up with 2 down and 2 on. 3rd hit of the game issued by Melgar. That one was maybe the hardest hit ball of the day. So Melgar again forced to work with traffic on, trying to work out of trouble here. First pitch over for a strike. Sanchez today singled and Grounded to short as she hits a soft line drive to Memory Munoz at third, and that'll end the inning. So we head to the home half of the sixth. Still 2-0.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Lockett to face the top of the order, Moats, Heck, and Fuentes here in the sixth inning. Cougars running out of time here, trailing 2-0. Moats 0 for 2. Grounded out and flew out. The third time through the order for Lockett today. Good changeup from Lockett that time. Moats was way out in front. Moats before today hitting up over 500, almost 550 on the year. 13 for 26 now. Which is right at 500. Count 3-2. As on the 3-2 pitch, Moats hits it to second base. Cortez picks it up. So Moats set down for the third time today. One down and Ashlyn Heck stepping in. Heck, one of 3 Canyons hits in the ball game. It's way ahead here, 2-0. As timeout going to be called by El Camino here. Sanchez running over to talk to Lockett. And Heck will work a walk. So runner on here, one away. It's the first walk of the day issued by Lockett. Runner in motion. Ball hit down to third. Leba's throw not in time to get Heck. And so Fuentes on with a fielder's choice. And 2 on for Canyons here for Melgar, trying to help herself out. So now the entire infield, along with Coach Raposa, out to talk to Lockett here. Says we're all right. It's one away. Let's get a ground ball. Let's get a couple outs here and get us back into hit. So Melgar, who's 0 for 2 today, grounded into that unfortunate double play earlier. Chopper that was at third, and Fuentes was 2 steps off the bag. Leva made a nice play. It's a chance to try and help herself here. It's a 2-0 ball game in the 6th. Lockett, who's been pretty much in cruise control up until this point, has scattered 3 hits in the ball game, has seen a runner in every inning but hasn't hurt her. Now finds herself with 2 on and 1 away. And Melgar, who's batting just above 400 on the year, up at the plate. The baseball team has moved in to try and cheer on the Cougars here in the 6th, rally them a bit. Melgar hits this one on the ground towards short, and Zuza can't pick it up. They're going to try and score. Heck from second base. She does. Canyons on the board with a hard hit ground ball from Melgar. That Nzuza couldn't pick up. And they'll run for Melgar here. Coach Wiz opting for a little bit of extra speed out there. Melger not known to be fleet of foot, nor that she has to be. She's done a very good job on the mound today, or in the circle today. And that time puts a ball in play hard somewhere on the infield. Ends up bringing in a run as Vanessa Reyes will run at first base. Alyssa Silva stepping in. So we had a delay as we were out of balls. Apparently the foul ball patrol has missed a little bit of its job. As the first pitch to Silva, who's 0 for 2 today, down in the dirt. Lockett now in a jam with 1 out and 2 on. Fuentes, who can move out at second base. This one hit towards third, off the glove of Leba. Fuentes thought about trying to score, then the throw to the plate gets away from the catcher, reels. Fuentes trying to score and does. The game is tied at 2. An error by Leba at third. Canyons putting a little bit of pressure on. So back-to-back errors. Fuentes ends up scoring on an errant throw that got past the catcher, reels. And here's Bree Tall as Canyons working here in the 6th inning. Now with runners on second and third. Still just 1 away. They've trailed the whole way. It's been 2-0 since the first, but all of a sudden it's a brand new ball game in the 6th, 2-2. As Tall takes the first pitch inside. That was another ball from Silva, not necessarily hit hard. Was playable for Maleba, and she just kicked it off her glove. Tried to get an out at second base and could not. And when the throw from Cortez came to the plate, it short hopped on reels and got by her back to the screen. And Fuentes was able to slide in just underneath the tag of Lockett to tie it up. Wasn't a clean play, but it'll work as it ties the game, and now Tall way ahead here, 3-0. That one over for a strike. Tall fouls that one away, and the count now full. Again, Tall fights another one off. Tall today, one of the 3 Canyons hits. Now would be a big spot for another one, as it can certainly score 2. With Reyes at third, running for Melgar. And it's actually a walk issued. So Tall gets on, the base is loaded. Second walk of the inning issued by Lockett. And Canyons is gonna hit for Sofia Trujillo here. Sabrina Engelbrecht gonna hit. So Engelbrecht with the bases loaded here in the 6th inning. 1 away. Engelbrecht this year 3 for 6 with 2 runs batted in. Has a double this year. Trying to give Canyons their first lead of the game. Swings over a changeup. Good pitch that time from Lockett. She's ahead in the count with 2 strikes. Engelbrecht fouls that one away. She chops that one back to the pitcher. Lockett to the plate for 1. And that's the only out they're going to get. It'll leave the bases loaded. It's the second out of the inning as Engelbrecht on with a fielder's choice. Caitlin Soto scheduled to hit. Trujillo will come back in to run. So you re-enter Trujillo back into the game if you're scoring at home. Soto with 2 away. Trying to make it a big inning for Canyons. They've pushed 2 across. And a 2-out hit here would give them their first lead of the game. First pitch misses down. Soto 0 for 1. Sacrifice bunt in the 5th. Popped up behind the plate in the 2nd. She holds up on a rising pitch in the zone. She's way ahead here, 2-0. Well behind on that pitch, over for a strike. So this one popped up on the infield. Nzuza underneath it will make the catch. The Cougars leave the bases loaded but got two. We head to the seventh. It's a 2-2 ball game here from Whitten Field.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
And Zunza, Paral, and Madden due up here. Smelger works into the seventh. And Zunza, first pitch swinging, grounds it towards second. Silva will make the play. So one quick out here in the seventh inning. Lisa Paral steps in. 0 for 3 today, coming around for the fourth time. Shows bunt on the first pitch, drags it back. As Melger's pitch misses out of the zone. That one hit hard down the line and left, but foul. Melger with a changeup that time that misses. This one ripped foul. So 2-2 now. That pitch over for a strike. Two down. As Melger with another strikeout, her third of the ball game. And Leah Madden coming in, who's walked a couple of times today, takes that pitch for a strike. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. So Melger's certainly done her job today, kept the Cougars in it. Gave up 2 on some errors in the first. Has held El Camino off the board since. Canyon's able to help her out and tie the game up in the 6th inning. As we are in the 7th, Canyon's trying to keep it a 2-2 game and try and find some magic in the 7th, as it's 2-all, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Little deuces wild action, as Vin Scully would say. As that pitch misses away, so the count full. That ball hit in the air to center field. Heck having to go back will make the catch. So Heck, who was shaded well in, drifts back, makes a catch on a ball that was hit pretty well by Madden. We go to the home half of the 7th inning, 2-all.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Ramirez, Moats, and Heck due up for Canyons here in the 7th. Trying to find some late game magic. It's the game tied at 2. Got 2 in the 6th to get us back to even. Ramirez 0 for 2. Couple of errors in the 6th, burning El Camino after Heck walked with one away. And Ramirez gets hit with the pitch. So leadoff runner aboard for Canyons here in the 7th. Moats coming up. Fuentes in that 6th inning reached on a fielder's choice on a ground ball to third that Heck was able to beat the throw at second base. And that kind of compounded things a bit early on. And from there, a couple more errors on the left side of the infield. As Ramirez in motion, throw down to second base, not in time, as they say the tag was not applied. Coach Raposo coming out to ask why the call was not made as an out instead of a stolen base, and got a quick explanation, went right back to the dugout, said tag was not applied. So a stolen base for Ramirez. The first pitch was a ball. So runner in scoring position, and now Moats, who's been the best hitter in the Canyons lineup this year. Chance to try and drive one in. She bunts, and bunts it foul. Nearly As she nearly bunted it right into the glove of Leba as it was in the air. Moats will bunt again, and this time she'll bunt successfully back to the pitcher Lockett. So she sacrifices herself and brings up Heck with one out in the game-winning run at third. 60 feet away here for Heck. Base hit or a deep fly ball. Can do the trick. Ramirez on third. A timeout is called. As El Camino discussing situational defense here. As Raposa comes out. And as she walks out towards the middle of the field, kind of hollers at the defense, everybody's got to play ball in front and charge here on any base hit. So I would imagine the outfield going to be pretty shallow right now. As anything deeper than really shallow left, right, or center is probably going to score Ramirez. And so you're trying to take away a base hit. Take away a run in the process as the first pitch to Heck for a strike. Heck 1 hit and 2 at bats today. Had a base hit taken away from her in the third on a good play by Madden out in right field as she swings through that pitch. Good pitch from Lockett that time. So Heck trying to win it here in the 7th. Fuentes waiting on deck. As that pitch to Heck misses up, and it's 1-2. Canyons trailed all the way through to the 6th inning. They got 2 in the 6th to tie it up at 2. And the winning run standing at third right now with 1 out. Heck fouls that one away. Infield all in, outfield pretty shallow, as you would expect here. Need to take away the run at the plate for the Warriors. Anything through the infield on the ground for Heck here should score Ramirez. She takes that pitch up. Good pitch from Lockett, sets down Heck. Got her to chase a pitch away. Just the first strikeout for Lockett today. But 2 down. And Fuentes coming in. That changes the defense here for El Camino. As Fuentes now needs a base hit. She swings and grounds the first pitch foul. So the winning run at third right now. In a 2-2 ball game in the 7th inning with 2 outs. Some trust from Raposa to let Lockett continue. Some might ask why maybe not putting both Fuentes and Heck on. and taking your chances trying to get Melgar to ground into maybe a double play, as she did earlier in the ball game. But so far it has not hurt, as Heck down on strikes, and that's showing a lot of trust in your pitcher. Saying, we're going to trust you to go up here and get Heck to strike out. So 1-1 count to Fuentes. Swings through a changeup. Good pitch from Lockett there again. Some late downward movement on it. And now Fuentes behind 1-2. Cypress waiting as they'll play El Camino next here at Whitten Field. We won't have that one for you on the Cougar Sports Network, but we'll have Cypress versus College of the Canyons around 2 o'clock. As Fuentes fouls that pitch away, the wind has all of a sudden come up here at Whitten Field. It's been pretty calm for most of the day. As that one hit right back up the middle, base hit, ball game. Canyons takes it 3-2. Fuentes with the walk-off single in the 7th. So a big time hit for Fuentes in the 7th. Ramirez was hit by a pitch, moved down to second base on a stolen base, was sacrificed to third with Moats, and then a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single from Fuentes. And the Cougars, with 3 runs over the final 2 innings, take the ball game 3-2. For Melgar, she picks up the win. Lockett unfortunately picks up the loss. She pitched well for most of the game and just did not come out on top. Canyons now 5-1 with Melgar on the mound as they pick up the win 3-2. That'll do it for us here for this one on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope you join us again around 2 o'clock this afternoon as the Cougars try to go for their second win of the day. We'll take on Cypress right around 2 o'clock. Make sure you check out the YouTube page for that. Have a good rest of your mid-morning, everybody.